go. Fucking Magic Mike up in this mouth.
Literally. Could be that tonight.
Don't get too excited.
Oh, I'm ready there.
We live very different lives nowadays.
Yeah, we do. I think everything is reversed.
Later on tonight, I'll be making 8U baseball rosters with some
jeez.
coaches. Yeah, that's what I got planned for later.
Tables are reversed. I'm older.
Now you're a reckless young teenager.
I'm a reckless teenager now. I don't know what's going on. All right. Awesome.
Episode 16.
Is it 16?
Can you believe that shit?
Fucking 16. It's been, it's fucking weird how we started.
That means counting this one, you guys have had 14 good ones.
Yeah.
Because I've been on 2 so far.
Right. Damn it. I'm like, it's hard to get people on here, but we got you on it tonight, so
yeah.
Whatever. We'll keep going, but
make the best of it, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna come up. He has no part of this, but you're gonna have some good laughs, and maybe it'll trigger stuff. You never know, but we were talking before, which you usually don't plan our stuff. It's kind of weird, but we were talking before about the old days, about stories, and you were telling me a story. Dude, honestly, Tim, I don't even remember that story.
Yeah, so even the memories for me are hazy, and mind you, when we talk about older days, just to put everything in the appropriate context, I was under the age of 18. Okay? So the story we were talking about, just to a little bit of behind the scenes, is really fragmented because I remember very little specifics because Mike shared very little specifics about it prior to going into the situation. All I remember...
A need to know basis.
I guess so, yeah. But all I needed to know is that I was, young. Had a good time hanging out with Mike. I went over his house one time because frankly didn't have really anywhere else to go, and if we weren't jamming, I didn't have much else to do. So I went over his house one day. He's like, "Hey man, do you want to take a ride out to my sister's?" And I was like, "For sure, dude. Why not? That sounds like a good time." Apparently, his sister and her ex-husband, and probably multiple people, must have had some real serious beef going on because. Again, totally blind to the situation. I hop in the car with Mike. I don't even know what city it was, but it was definitely country.
Belleville. It was in Belleville.
It was Belleville? How sheltered was I? That was country to me when I went there. I remember cows and stuff, I thought. But
No! Those are just fat women, dude.
Well, maybe because I always lived in a city, so not seeing house on top of house, I'm like, this must be Oklahoma. But anyway, we were way out in Belleville, apparently, not that far out. Now, see, this is how little I knew.
That's downriver country.
Belleville Road. It was Belleville Road.
Yeah, well, we roll out there. There was some sort of a party. It may have been a birthday party, or no, it was a birthday party.
Did you have a circus tent?
Oh, that I don't remember. But it was a birthday party for one of your sister's coworkers. Now this is coming together.
Fucking circus tent?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's coming together in my mind. It was a birthday party for one of your sister's coworkers. We'll leave it at that. But anyway.
Stripper.
Yeah, okay. Well,
anyway.
There he goes. You said it. But, mind you, I was under 18. So we head out there. I'm like, oh, this looks fun. There's a lot of people going on. I'm definitely going to be able to underage drink here. This is going to be fucking sick. We hop out of the car. Me and Mike probably take 20 total steps, in the grass, heading towards where the party's at. And then his brother-in-law and their friend, who I won't name, come absolutely fucking raging up on a four-wheeler. They hop off while the four-wheeler's still in motion. The four-wheeler crashes into a shed, and then Mike and his brother-in-law get nose-to-nose, cutting promos on each other like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mike threatens to go to the trunk to get a bat. It just went nuts. But it all ended up with everybody hanging out. I was very confused as to what I walked into. No fight actually happened, but people were talking like someone was about to do some shit that was going to lead them to prison. I thought as a youth that this was going to be my last night on the earth, and I was going to be buried somewhere on that property. I was very scared, and this is the kind of environment that Mike, more often than not, would lead me into as a child. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, no shit.
You made it. Dude, I remember you triggered a memory thought, and I'm going to bring up a memory of what I remember. Remember the Taylor house?
Oh,
with me and
God.
Dwight.
Oh.
Okay, Dwight.
My most prevalent memory about never mind. I don't even want to say.
Well, we can.
Nah.
This one you're gonna laugh about. Now I'm gonna say it, and it is funny. I can't wait to see your face. Okay, so we were all hanging out, and some of it's a fog, because I'm ancient and I don't remember everything. But somehow we were having a little get together. Dwight and Dwight and Paul, my brother-in-law, which you were talking about, took off for to go pick up two ladies.
God damn it! I was afraid of this was going to be the story. This specifically. Luckily, thank God.
I just want to let this be known. This is all new to me.
Okay, but listen, I told you.
Listen to me. This story. I'll tell you. Okay, two things.
We had nothing to do with it.
Yes, thank God. Him and I were.
Well, there was
neutral
three. Me and Bogacki.
You're right. We're neutral parties. But this story
Oh,
fucking sucks.
Are you ready?
This-
Okay, here it is. Corleone. And he shuts the fucking garage. He had
Oh.
two nasty ass trailer park stripper.
Yes, Anthony, you're gonna need to strap in for this
These
one.
girls were twins, okay? So Dwight automatically goes in. He's got a packet of hot dogs. And I'm thinking, what-
Slow down. You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Like, we really need to emphasize what happened prior to the pack of this, what you're about to say.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say what happened yet, but hold on. He
Right.
put it in the freezer.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so then they're
What?
walking. Hold on, just listen. They're walking around. Him and Paul had went in the process of them going to pick up these girls. They went and bought some
dogs.
party favors, we'll call it.
Yeah, we'll call it party favors, and we always refer to these. So they,
A bag of party favors.
yes,
You know,
and
Alright.
again, me,
Yeah.
Mike, and another friend of ours named Mike, totally fucking
Did
neutral
not
parties,
partake in any of it.
horrified, but we were observing.
Okay, so
we
anyway,
watched the whole
so
thing.
I
Dwight
want to see how shit plays out.
Dwight thinks
Exactly.
he's fucking Hugh Hefner. He's literally setting this up like, he's walking around, shuts the garage like it's a private event. And then we're sitting there, I'm looking at Tim, I'm looking at everyone like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And these girls, they walk in the living room and he puts on some music. I'm like,
No warning whatsoever.
no warning.
We were literally just at the house, normal ass day.
These girls got butt naked in the living room.
We had no clue.
Sisters.
Yes,
Twins.
we had no clue that.
Look at
that,
his eyes.
that-
Oh, it gets better.
We have no clue that the other two dudes went to go pick up a set of twins
Right.
and some party favors. The twins forever live in infamy in stories. As
the twin.
we call them, well, I don't want to say the actual word, but we call them
Right.
the party favor twins.
Right.
Okay.
That's how we always refer. No fucking clue. We're just hanging out. We're getting ready to fucking eat lunch. This is middle of the fucking day.
This is like 4 or 5.
yeah, middle of the day, and like we're just sitting there hanging out, and then he said, "Here comes."
Remember Dwight had the big 40 ounces he would drink?
Yes, sir.
Like a fucking ghetto, dude. He used to be drinking 40.
Fucking Boss Hoss walks in
Yeah.
with fucking Paul, who Paul always had the intensity of like a 1990s WWE heel at all
Like
times.
Vince McMahon.
At
The
all
Cat Man.
times, fucking
Oh, Jesus.
all the way up to 11, all the time. They roll in. Paul just announces their fucking arrival, and the fact that he has sex workers with him.
So y'all are under the age of 18, right?
I
this
think
point?
no, not
you were
anymore.
a little older then.
Yeah, I
So-
was.
You're over 21, weren't you?
No, I was in the Navy by that.
So less than
by
25,
21,
right?
but-
Less than 25?
I was.
How old was these dudes?
I was maybe 18.
My age.
I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
That's cool,
probably 18. It was after high school,
Oh, Jesus.
so I was probably 18.
Oh, my God.
Like, yeah, because I wasn't even in the Navy yet. I was still just freshly after high school. So like, yeah, like I graduated high school, so I was under 19, probably maybe 19 at the oldest.
Right, and now you're in a garage strip club.
Not a
with
garage strip
Arnie
club. We were
Weir.
in our living room.
The
Okay,
living
even
room.
worse. So
Yeah,
you're
a bunch
in
of
the
dudes
room,
living together.
Just hanging
a
out.
living room
Okay, so-
strip club with party favors.
Dwight starts running. No, actually,
We
Paul-
were-
Some dude in a fucking with a
Remember
40
we had
in his hand.
couches, and then we were sitting down, and we were in the kitchen, I think, and,
Yes.
and they were in there, and the girls got butt naked.
Yup,
And Paul
immediately.
says, listen, if you guys want the butter, he called it,
Yeah.
you want the butter, you guys got to do this, this, and this. So
Yup.
these girls started making out, and then the one
Sisters.
and the one girl was on her period.
Like legit. So
They were
Yeah,
twins,
they were
dude. It was
twins.
gross.
And then Paul said, if you want the butter, you got to eat each other out. And she's like, well, I'm on my period. He goes, if you want the butter, you got to do it. I'm like, oh my God, dude. And this is literally going
I've
on.
suppressed these memories for years. Like, I don't remember this.
So Dwight
This
went
is
to
a little
the...
bit of a therapy session. Getting some shit off your chest.
Dwight went to the fucking freezer and grabbed the hot dogs for Paul. And Paul threw the hot dog at the one girl and literally made them use the hot dogs.
Fucked themselves with frozen hot dogs.
Yes.
Let's just call it how it is.
Yeah.
Some dude with a 40 in his
So,
hand threw
This was
frozen
only the
hot dogs.
fucking beginning of
But
the.
listen, gets great, dude. The night was better. Barry wants to hook up with one. I think Paul was setting up, or Dwight was. So Barry goes in his room. Little Barry looked like Beavis. He was like really small, little skinny, like 100-pound guy. Anyway, he goes in the bedroom, and we're like, dude, does he have a condom? So Dwight gives him a Magnum. I'm like, this guy's gonna swim in it, dude. His body's as big as that, dude. So we give it to him, and he's like, fucking, dude, she's bleeding. Just do it. Don't worry about it. Paul's like, go, just don't worry about it. Just do it. So we shut the door, and I don't know what took place in there. And we went downstairs after the aftermath, and we were talking to you and Bogacki on my couch.
Yes, we're trying to duck this fucking.
We were trying to
nonsense.
figure out what the fuck just took place, and then I'm like,
Yes.
dude, you know what? Wait a minute. Where's Dwight at? So I walk upstairs, me and Paul. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm walking up the stairs. I'm like, where the fuck's he at? And all of a sudden, I see his fat ass on the bed like a big bear. All I seen was crack, and I see these two little feet. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, dude.
He's fucking her. So the one twin. So I grab his acoustic guitar off the fucking wall, and I start playing a blues chord, dude. And Paul and I are singing, and I sit on Dwight's back as he's fucking.
Oh, brother, come on now.
I sit on his back, dude. And he's like, Mike, get off me. I'm losing my heart. I go, no, dude. Deeper, go. Dude, I was like, fuck it. This is what you brought to this house.
What the fuck?
Dude, it was. Listen, that house was crazy, though, man, because we did some weird shit, dude. I
But
mean,
that was the Super Bowl of the crazy. Nothing was worse than that. That sucked.
I don't
Dude,
know.
that's a fucking
What
wild.
was crazy? Like, again, like the fact that like.
Well, I got a better one.
Well, the fact that this was all like, this shit all occurred without the knowledge of
Yeah, we didn't know.
of 2 or 3 of the people who lived in the house. No goddamn clue. We're just sitting there, and then this is literally where this fucking broke out. And I was like, bro, what the fuck what are we doing? Like,
Right, that's what I was just about to
We
ask,
went through
man.
so
No
many-
point did y'all were like,
We went through so many
that's
transformations.
why I was like, you know what? I think I need to join the Navy. This is whack.
that's what comes when you join the military.
I think this sucks.
Wash your sins away. Dude, we went through so many different people living there. We even let Jim Z move in there. And you were part of it. And then Jim Z was moving in
I've
there.
heard this.
I lived there. And then Dwight lived there. And then Dwight and I were going out. And Jim Z didn't want to go out. And I'm like, well, dude, if you're not going out, you're not staying home. And if you are, we're locking you in the bathroom. So we fucking literally went to the bar and locked him in the bathroom. We used a bungee cord, dude, with the ratchet strap. And fucking strapped the fucking door to the other door to the garage.
What kind of fucking zoo were y'all running?
And we went to fucking to the bar, and we came back and let him out. But before we did that, I saran wrapped Dwight's toilet. So he had to piss, and he puked all over the fucking place because he tried to go in there, and he went, I'm like, oh, well, that was a fail.
No.
Yeah, but Jim was pissed. He did not get out till we got back to the house.
I don't know if I'm fucking happy or sad that I've got memories like that.
Dude, that's
'Cause
fun.
that's a real fucking, that's a
I'm gonna tell you
fine
right now
line
too, not to like leave shit suspenseful, because like there's aspects of that story that we're just straight up not gonna say in front of a camera too. Like, we could talk about it a little bit
The
more.
twins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know. That's why I kind of sidestepped
Oh
it,
yeah,
too.
yeah. There was definitely a time jump in there.
There's a fast forward.
We didn't do anything.
Nothing.
But there's stuff that transpired with other people,
Yes.
and it was just rather disgusting. I'd rather not talk about it.
It was the fucking worst. And like yeah, like it was.
hot dogs and
Yeah, it got fucking out of control in a big hurry.
breaking hot dogs. And,
Yeah, oh yeah. It got out of hand quick. And like, this was my childhood.
You just said that in like the most like fucking.
I feel terrible.
Yeah, he's like, this is my childhood.
I feel fucking terrible.
He's like
dude.
motherfuckers reminiscing on all this shit, like, oh, there's a whole
Yeah.
shit.
How I grew up to be a well-adjusted adult, I'll never fucking know.
You know, Dwight was a weirdo, dude. You know what he did one night when I first moved in there? Before it had anybody there, it was just me and him. We went to Subies. And
That's your first one.
Well, I don't go to those places, but I was driving my car and he says, pull around to the door, dude. These two girls are coming home with us. I'm like, what? So they got in the car. We go to my house, or our house, and I'm going downstairs to put my suit on, and he had a towel on. I'm like, what's he doing, dude? And the girls are in the pool. We had a heater in there, and it was fucking steaming. It was like November. So he gets in the pool. The girls at the very end, and him and I are at the very end. But I left out this part because I'm traumatized by it. Like, literally, I get in the pool. He just undoes his towel. He's butt-ass naked. I'm like, oh, man, dude, that's kind of weird.
So
he gets in the fucking pool and he's standing right next to him, like, dude, the girls are there, we're here. Get the fuck off me. Go over there by them. You got a fucking thing hanging out,
swimming.
dude. Right.
didn't you put your jet ski in there before?
Oh yeah, we put that. Yeah, that was a fucking nightmare.
Oh my god.
I remember Chris, the bass player.
Yeah, really
He was
fucking cool guy.
That hairy guy across the street told my dad when my dad lived there. He says, "You got to talk to your son. My wife was looking out the window and seen one of his friends, and your son was driving the tractor with the trailer down the street, and he was doing the helicopter, and he was butt naked in it."
That makes sense.
I'm like, "Yeah, that happened." My dad goes, "I can't tell him anything. He's not gonna listen."
That checks out.
Yeah, that was good times. That place was crazy, dude.
Yeah, we did. It was like I said, and some of it was more more harmless fun. Like that
Yeah.
was still a good time. Like allegedly, like there was one night
Allegedly,
just
yeah.
for fun. Like allegedly one night, like some people found a roll of like that police caution tape. When it was like really like snowy and icy and taped off the road and watched people go around the corner trying to lock their fucking brakes up before they got the tape. And it was sliding all over the watch them slide. Yeah. Watch them
I wonder who did that.
allegedly like watching people try to lock their brakes up in the last second when
I
they
love
saw the
that
tape
word.
and like slide.
I love that word, man. I ain't got a lot of time
Watch
on this
me-
earth,
watch
but I
people's-
I must start.
you never start a fucking sentence with allegedly.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Shit goes downhill.
Yep.
from there.
God.
Yeah, watch people like slide their cars, like lock their brakes up in like the ice and like slide their cars up.
Dude,
and
I forgot about
back
that.
tires up into people's lawns and shit. It was again a lot really harmless compared to the other stories so far, but like yeah, we did have a lot of fun there. It was
The
definitely.
house was haunted.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I was on edge all the fucking time. Think of the environment in my age. Like,
Well, think about all this, just the 2 stories I've heard.
that's what I'm saying.
I would
Like,
be on edge, too.
I had my guard up all the time. I don't think I slept the whole time I lived there.
You know what's crazy to me though is like the stories that you guys had back when you were a kid, like your young adult years and stuff like that. Like, look at how much different it is now. Could you imagine if I did?
How old are
shit
you
like
now,
that?
Tim? You're
37. I'll be 38
you're
next
thir-
month.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I did some shit like that today? Oh fuck, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Bad.
The people involved in like, never mind. But like, like they said, there was some stuff that happened there that people could have been fucked for then.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like like
The twins thing could have definitely.
that was crazy. Like and
I
like
didn't realize you guys were that young. I didn't think about it, dude. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
Like-
they were on a need to know basis.
That's what, like I said, at a certain point, like, that's why me and Bogacki just like we just like dipped.
It
like,
was
like,
literally.
let's get out.
Here's
of
the
here.
thing, though. Like, I'll be very clear. Like, I would never have put anybody in a situation, but looking back on it, it was pretty fucking stupid.
Well, that
So,
wasn't your fault. Like we were literally, like we were just there.
I would have never let nothing happen.
And then,
but, yeah.
and then these dudes just rolled.
They
up.
rolled up like Johnny on the spot, dude. Boom! Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Like
Shut the door.
thinking everybody's gonna be impressed and like.
Dude, you got fucking. These girls had fucking sores on their face, dude, from the butter they were doing. You
Oh,
figure-
there's
Yeah.
the butter.
Yeah. And none
There's
of,
the
and I'll
butter.
tell you, like, I will tell you that with the possible exception of one person, nobody did anything with anybody aside from the people who had to do with the pickup process.
Right.
So like the rest of us were like, they're like, what the fuck is going on?
You know, Paul didn't do nothing either.
I don't think so. No.
No, he didn't.
No,
but
no.
everybody else partook except me, you, Bogacki, and Paul. We
Yeah.
all four didn't. I remember we were sitting down in my bedroom. We were like,
In the
"Dude,
basement, yeah.
What the fuck just took? What happened? Barry fucking even did it.
Yeah, we were downstairs and like we were downstairs just hanging out, and the upstairs it was like fucking Jurassic Park.
Dude, the
It
house
was-
was huge.
It was crazy. Like yeah,
It was a big 3-bedroom colonial with a basement with a bedroom. I had the whole basement.
Quite a few fucking characters involved too.
bro, I was when you said, "Oh, you got a story," I was like, "Please don't fucking be that story." And that's
Dude,
exactly what story it
Dwight's
was.
brother, he's all right, but he pissed me off when I moved in there. He went on my phone. I was in the shower and I came out and him and his brother in the pool. And I'm like, "What's up?" I'm getting ready to go out and meet this girl or something, and he's like, "Hey, I texted that girl back for you." The fuck you doing, dude? What are you talking? I pushed him in the pool. He had his fucking phone, his wallet, everything. I'm like, dude, you fucking stupid. Why are you touching my fucking phone? Weird. Dude, we had some characters in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That sure as hell fucking sounds like it.
Even my dad, dude, he told my cousin's cousin, we had a party when he came home from jail, And he was yelling down the stairs. We got him all fucked up, dude. And he's like telling Pam, he's like, Emerson. And she's like, what do you mean? He goes, Emerson, nice titties you got, Pam. I'm like, oh my God. And he's yelling down the stairs, Mike, you did me wrong.
Oh God.
I'm
So
like,
I do got a question. So like,
Yes.
timeline side right here. Is this before or after you guys like kind of made that band?
Well, hold up.
Timeline wise, right?
We may need to
We made the band
we
before.
may need to pause the live for a second here to get recalibrated.
Oh, we can't do that.
Okay.
no, we're all right.
This was definitely post. We were already jamming. Like it's already.
That's
it was already
my
yeah,
question. Is if you
yeah.
guys were already in your band or whatever, you know what I mean? Whether it was future or past from the last story we talked about.
oh, yeah.
No. Oh, okay. So the story we're talking about now was post the
Yes.
Andy story.
So is Andy a part of the band?
No, never.
No.
Andy was around one day.
He wanted to
That-
play
for
guitar
us.
and he sucked. And
Yeah.
we just like didn't want it.
I've only ever met Andy one day in my life, and it was that day. I've only ever seen that guy one time, and it was that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
First
I
time
kept
we
him around to
met
get the
Mike-
porno.
so then
Yeah.
and then was Dwight part of the band?
No.
No, Dwight just lived in a house.
What about Paul?
No.
Paul was my brother-in-law. No.
No.
Okay. So all these incidences here are like a direct correlation from
With us.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
happenstance.
In the atmosphere, yeah. But never, like, yeah, no, like, I will say for the most part, like, everybody in that band at the time, even though a lot of us were so fucking young, were pretty super level-headed. Like, you had me, I was a shit starter, I was a big mouth, like, I
Wait a minute.
yeah.
I know. Wait a minute, dude. You know what? Actually, what took place was, see, my memory's really bad, but he probably remember a lot more than I do. But like, when I moved into that house, I was playing with these guys, and we started playing in the basement. And then
Yeah.
I was a dick and started playing with fucking my other band,
Uh-huh.
and we were playing with both bands.
Yeah.
And then Dwight just thought he fucking, he was like the groupie, and he just sat down there and he loved it, which was cool, whatever. But I remember us recording down there too. Fuck, man, I did a lot of shit with Jim Z and all that, but I don't know. Man, there was a lot of shit. I didn't realize you guys were that young then.
Yeah, but yeah, like, all in all, like, everybody was pretty level-headed. Like, Mike's always been Mike. Like, but he
just not surprised.
but at his heart means well. Good guy. Like, I was much different then than I am now. I really enjoyed like getting reactions out of people, yada yada yada. But I was never any actual fucking trouble. Jake, our bass player at the time, absolute, just really reserved, but like, he was observant. He was so smart not to ever like really be in the mix, but just be watching, and then
Yeah.
he'll rip you apart afterwards a little bit because he's smart enough to sit in the back and just kind
Yeah.
of watch. You know what I mean? He wasn't
Very
a big
quiet.
mouth. Yeah. So like a lot of us, like, we were never really like, we weren't a party band. We weren't like
Never did drugs or
no,
anything.
none of that shit. It's just we were surrounded by fucking maniacs all the time. Like, but yeah, we probably
Literally.
had a perception like from people like outside of our circle that thought of us a certain way, thinking that like, oh, like those dudes are definitely this, those guys are definitely that, like because of these exact fucking stories we're telling now.
I mean, that's gonna happen. No
But
matter
like,
what.
but none of it. Like I'll tell you, like we never participated in anything. Like we were always just like adjacent to absolute madness
If
all the time.
everything took place this day and age, people would be going to jail.
Oh, of course,
100%.
that's kinda what I was-
100
that's
fucking-
kinda
yeah.
what I
Well,
was
even
talking
now,
about.
like I mean, this day and age, considering like the age we are now too, like even a situation like that popped off, I would have been the one calling the fucking cops as a grown up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, like we were never like, we really like for the most part like kept to ourselves. We were just always like, we just had a lot of to put it nicely, a lot of very enthusiastic people in our atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, like,
that means crazy motherfucker.
That house was full of fucking characters.
Yeah.
All the time, different characters. Remember Toby when Dwight's buddy came,
Toby.
the big tall white kid that died. He killed
Yes,
himself.
yes. I
He
do.
was a cool dude.
Yeah, he was nice, yeah.
He'd come with like 10 garbage bags of something. 10 fucking garbage bags.
I don't
heard
remember.
him and Dwight arguing one night.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you might not have been around then.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck, dude. I literally was afraid to go to sleep at night because I didn't know what I was gonna wake up to. Like literally, it was that
Seems very sporadic.
Oh, dude, but I had no choice. I was going through a divorce. I moved in there. I'm like, all right, this seems cool, I guess. A bachelor pad. I mean, now it'd be okay, but like, the stuff that took place could not take place this day and age.
That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. About like, could you imagine if at my age right now, which is roughly the age that you guys were at during this time,
dude,
if I would have done any of that nonsense, holy shit!
The twins, the butter, the wave runner going to the fucking pool. Naked parties, kids riding on the fucking in the tractor, butt naked, doing helicopter. That shit would not fly. The cops would be there in a minute. I don't understand how.
It's kind of depressing.
I wish the cops would have showed up a lot of times. Like it was.
Boy, oh boy, if that situation would have been saved.
They fucking hated us over there. That's crazy, dude.
I remember the other thing about that other story we started with, like with the twin story. I remember being like really fucking bummed because like the new MLB 2K game came out like a few days prior, and I was really looking forward to just hanging out in my room and playing that night. And I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "What?"
I forgot you lived there.
Yeah, I was like, "God damn it!" I was really looking forward just to hanging out and playing this new baseball game. I was like, "This fucking sucks." I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, I fucking wanted to stay home and play 2K.
That's all I wanted to do.
Now he's getting frozen hot dogs coming out of the freezer. This is a whole 180.
Yeah.
Dwight's, he's a cool dude. I knew him since I was a kid. I mean, he's Dwight. But I remember when I first moved in there, just me and him. I would go to work and get home. I was going to work at like 11 at night, getting home at 8 in the morning, and then like I woke up at 11 o'clock in the morning. I heard and smelled breakfast. I'm like, holy fuck! And he's coming down there, tapped me on the shoulder. He had a fucking plate of food, breakfast. I'm like, dude, I'm not sleeping with you, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. It's fucking weird.
You want that butter?
Right, you want that butter? No, dude. I don't want no fucking butter.
I will say, like, the only times I ever thought about that story, like, as an adult, like, thinking back on it, I remember thinking.
You know, I have it on video, right?
Oh no, and I don't ever want to see it.
I have it on video. I have a ton of. I need to get a handy. They have this like VCR thing, and with 8mm tape. I'm gonna buy one. It's like $400 or $500. I've got to see like band footage.
Band footage for sure, but I don't want to.
We're gonna come encounter with the twins.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
but
we're
like,
gonna have a movie night.
I remember
popcorn.
like thinking
butter. Some butter.
Thinking about it a lot as like an adult. Like, I remember thinking like the more I thought about it, the more sorry I felt for them, and I was like, God, I was like, I hope those.
You can't feel sorry for people like that.
Yeah, but like I was like, I hope they're okay. I was like, what a fucking.
Okay,
life.
so
you know what I mean? Like,
I will tell you this though. I think is afterwards that I met them. I was going to a concert with Paul and Lon, and they're crazy. You know that.
That's the Formula story. They crashed.
So
yeah.
I'm on my way in the truck. I'm in the middle. Paul's driving, and I'm blowing in his machine because he had a breathalyzer thing.
Oh, one of the fucking things that like, in order to start the ignition or whatever.
And then Lon is sitting on the other side, and they're fucked up. We're driving, but they want to make a stop on the way back home to the twins' house in the trailer park. So we go in there, and it was nasty, dude. It looked like they never cleaned the house. And we go in there, and
there was a second. So this is not the first time you met them.
Yeah, that's.
I met them afterwards. It was like a thing that I'm like, why are we going? We were dropping Lon off. I didn't know this. So Lon was.
Now I was going to feel betrayed by you. I was like, how dare you do?
No, I never knew. I'm like, oh, we're going to their house, but we were dropping Lon off there, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking weird. When I walked in there, the mom looked right at me. She goes, "It's $100 up front. You ain't getting no pussy."
What?
I'm like, I'm just riding with these guys.
No.
Dude, I was scared. I go, Paul,
did I just put two to two together right there?
Yeah, I was like, Paul, get me the fuck out of here, dude. And so we dropped Lon off, and me and Paul left. I'm like, dude, do not ever get me involved in that again. That was some characters. Lon was
right off the rip. The mother of the twins.
I walked in.
Yes. The mother of the twins.
I met them afterwards, after that incident occurred. This was years later.
I hate this.
Dude, it was.
Oh my!
I'm hearing this right.
I was scared for my life, dude. I was like, and then, they're fucking. They look like some wrong turn shit, dude. It was
that
weird.
sucks, dude.
Yeah.
You know, you do feel.
We were going to see Slipknot at DT, me and Paul and Lon.
Oh,
you do
and on the
feel
way
bad.
back, we stopped.
In
That
the moral
sucks.
sense of things, like you feel bad.
Yeah, dude.
But unfortunately, like.
But they didn't know any better because they did the butter and.
Right.
That's
so
they
it's
were
kind
hooked
of
on
like
that. The whole fucking thing was. But dude, it was just.
Now, granted, with the mother being involved there, you can't help but ask, like, okay, was this kind of.
Was this by choice for these
right,
kids?
exactly.
Well,
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Here's
about.
what I asked. Paul, can we go? Because I walked right out immediately. I got scared. Dude. I was like, I am the fuck out of here, dude. This is weird.
Yo.
I forgot about that story just so we started talking. That's why I was telling you before. Things will trigger up and you'll remember things as you go. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, wow, that's crazy. Were you involved with the limo thing?
No.
my sister worked at this bar,
Oh, this shit just keeps
and
going.
Dwight, I told Dwight, I said, my sister's coming by with this guy Dennis, and he
I remember Dennis.
he owned a
Yeah.
limo, and Heather had about fucking 30 of her girlfriends that she worked with. I mean, you know what?
Dennis, there's a name I've been.
And the girls were, we'll say promiscuous, I will just say. And
love
I
it.
sat in the fucking, I drove. Dennis was fucked up. I said, I could drive the fucking limo?
Oh, how'd
Was
that
he
fucking
bald?
feel?
Yes.
I remember him.
So I drove the limo. We
I
went.
feel like a motherfucking
Hey.
pimp if I was drilling.
Yeah, I was rolling, driving, dude, with all these chicks in the back. There's like fucking 15 girls, dude. And all of a sudden, Dwight gets in. I thought he was gonna get in the back. You know where he sat? He sat on the floor next to me in the fucking limo. Why are you sitting here with me? Sit in the back.
I kind of see
I
where he's
thought-
coming from. Because imagine what the, you know what I mean?
I would have been back there with the ladies,
well,
entertaining, doing the Magic Mike.
yeah, but like,
You got 30 women in the back of a limo.
There's enough 30 women here, man.
there was probably some really poor behavior happening. So I kind of understand.
Oh, yeah,
You
there
could
was-
imagine.
I
Yeah,
can't discuss.
yeah,
It was
I mean-
bad.
So I think I'll tell you, if I was there, I would have been sitting shotgun. I would have been sitting
I
shotgun.
mean, I wasn't mad. I was just like, dude. Why? I mean, I didn't want to drive. I wanted to get back there, but he was wasted, dude. It was like a New Year's Eve or something. I think it was New Year's Eve. What's a couple bars? I don't remember.
Limo drivers, I feel, always get fucking blasted. There's no way that limo drivers do their job without partaking in whatever the fuck is going on.
Oh,
back there,
100%,
dude.
dude.
So like that, I bet you that happens more often than not.
Oh, that's yeah. No, well, I was not involved. I never not involved in that story. I didn't ride any limos with Wild Bill or them or any of the co-workers. No, never in my life. But I can tell you right now, if I was in that same situation, you've been saying the same thing about me because I'd have been right up in the front seat. Like I want nothing to do with what's going on back
Well,
there.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, but he was just.
But I've
creepy
always
about
been
it.
that way. I've been like
Well,
I said,
yeah.
like I'm not.
I would have said nothing, but
Yeah.
he was creepy. I'm like, dude, you're 250 pounds up here in the fucking passenger seat. With
Oh,
no seat.
so here's the thing though. So I've had 2 encounters with limo drivers,
Oh, yeah.
and both times, shit's gotten weird. So I got a buddy of mine. His dad drove a limo for a living. The first time I ever went in a motherfucking limo, we're driving down the highway, and this motherfucker picked up a homeless chick on the side of the fucking highway, brought her into the limo.
Pouring away.
What?
Brought her. Hold on.
His face.
Hold on. Brought her into the limo. His side, right? Stopped at the liquor store. Allegedly, may have stopped and grabbed us a couple things to keep quiet, right? Took this homeless lady that was on the side of the road home with the limo. Did the due diligence, right? As me and my friend at the time.
Full disclosure, before we go ahead, Fisher, go ahead.
All I'm saying is it seems like limo drivers are a certain type of breed.
I guess so.
You could say that also about people that are bouncers and work the door, because I can say that firsthand since I started doing
Maybe.
that. Because I tell you what, you get some weird requests.
Yeah, I just.
Full disclosure, before we started this conversation, the one thing we agreed on is like, oh, we're both musicians, maybe we'll go that direction. That is not the direction we're
I
going
haven't
at
heard
all.
one goddamn thing about music.
Not a fucking thing. Like,
Wow.
it's a lot of childhood trauma, and
But it all stemmed from the band stuff though originally.
it didn't stem from the band stuff. It had nothing to do with the band.
we were together jamming.
He's like, dude, no, you're wrong. This is terrible.
I just wanted to sing heavy metal songs. I didn't sign up for none of this other bullshit.
He said,
Hey,
I originally hopped
you
in
wanted
the
to
car
live
with
as a
you.
rock star.
No, I
This
didn't.
is what the fuck we do.
No, it's not.
Drugs and whores.
There wasn't a single person that ever touched an instrument involved in these stories.
Hey, twins, frozen hot dogs, and limo drivers, baby. That's what you're signing
Hey.
up for.
Yeah, not
Motley
no.
Crue, baby. I mean, think
Oh,
about it. I mean, dude, think about it. We live like fucking rock stars.
No, we didn't. The people around us did. Like,
Well, yeah, we didn't part. We were just there.
we
as
were
statues.
around, yeah.
Right.
Like, you would have thought
You are
everybody
correct.
else was Motley Crue. Like,
Yeah, but I didn't want to take some of the stuff they were doing. It was just
No,
fucking
fuck
wild.
no.
He says, no, the fuck we did.
No, he is right. He is right. Like we were around.
yeah, we were. You would have thought we were the fucking.
You know what's funny?
The
We were the
Rollies.
ones in the band, And they weren't.
No, and we were always the ones.
They were the groupies.
We were the ones chilling. Like,
Right.
Yeah, we were never involved in the mix.
That's so funny.
You are right.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I stand corrected.
yeah.
God.
That is pretty funny though, dude. We lived like rock stars, but we were the rock stars. They were
No.
the fucking ones going through the shit.
Yeah, we lived like regular ass people, and everybody else around lived like rock stars.
Dwight would have nice amps and guitars. He had 20 fucking guitars on the
Couldn't
wall.
play
Couldn't play a
goddamn
fucking
one
lick
of
of fucking nothing, dude. But dude, he was living like a rock star.
Yeah, and we were, like I said, we were just living like regular ass human beings, and we were surrounded by Motley Crue.
And you know what the sad part about it? All we did was we just wanted to jam.
That's it.
I wanted a place to live. And I wanted to jam.
I just wanted to play heavy metal songs. I didn't want.
Okay, well, come on now. Let's be honest, guys. You kind of wanted to see some frozen hot dogs in the mix.
Never,
honest.
never.
Yeah, because even
It's
like
okay.
even
It's a safe place.
I'll tell you, even from like that level, bad behavior. Like, I am still with my first girlfriend. That's never been my scene.
Oh, no, I'm definitely just joking because
Yeah, like-
any time in my life, if I would have saw frozen hot dogs come out of a freezer in a situation like that,
We took it downstairs. We're like,
You
we're
said
fucking
it.
outta
You
here.
said it though.
Yeah.
Everything is different now. Like
Yeah.
you know, at least with you and I, we have a lot of history. Like you know, you're younger. You were way younger back then, but
Oh, yeah.
we're reverse roles. I'm still a dad, but I'm living my wild life now. I wasn't that wild back then. I mean, I was, but not the stuff I do now. Like I do some crazy shit, but that was like a different side of crazy with like
Yeah.
the
Right.
stuff that we were around.
yeah, it's not.
we had fun, but like for us, like our idea of fun was like, well, for us, like what I considered fun was
We were jamming, playing cool
jamming,
shows.
and then we'd go have a good time at the city club.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah, like that was fun.
People watch.
Yeah, everything else was just absolute anarchy, and was like, it was
Fucking
honestly
total
like,
destruction.
and it sounds like an environment of somebody who of the age that I was at the time would have been like, yo, this is fucking sick, but like.
But
No, like every time shit like that would pop off, I'd be like, God damn it. I was like, why?
This day and age, though,
Like-
if your parents would have known, they would have been like, "Oh my god, dude." I mean, I wouldn't let my kids go around that,
No.
and I realized, but I never.
but you wouldn't know.
But you know what? It just, I would have. I would always had their back,
Oh, dude, that would have never.
but
flew.
I would have never had anything happen. But like,
Yeah.
it was just fucking.
And parents, too, have a big part of it, too. Because I think, honestly, like, I never did drugs. I never did anything. Like, yeah,
Same.
I drank when I was, but, like, my parents did, I feel like they did a good job raising me from, like, one standpoint and from many standpoints, but, like, one specifically, like, a lot of that wild shit was never, like, glamorized for me. So
Right, you didn't. Yeah.
So
okay,
when
you
I
weren't
was-
attracted to that. Type
No,
of thing.
it wasn't
Yeah, I got you.
glamorized by my parents.
Yeah.
So like when I was exposed to that type of bullshit, it didn't like shock me. I was just like, oh fuck, well there that is, whatever. And like it didn't really like, it didn't shake me. Like and even when it came to like drinking, like my parents always had a really like they were like, listen, dude, we know that you're in a band. You've been in a band since you were really young. We know you're gonna get out there and do certain things. All we ever ask is if you're drinking, just don't drive. Come call
that's
us.
the biggest thing.
We'll come get you. No questions asked. So like my parents did a good job. I really feel they did a good job of preparing me for the world that I was about to live in instead of the world they wish I lived in.
Yeah.
So when I saw the world that we really live in, it didn't fucking surprise me.
You know what's funny though? You
Like-
you saying stuff kind of clicks things, and like you are right though. Like these guys were a lot younger, and all we wanted to do was jam. And
Yeah.
I was older, the same age as the fucking crazy bastards that were doing all the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't partaking, and none of it was my idea.
No.
I literally wasn't that wild. I was pretty tamed, and we kind of just did what we were doing. But we got sucked into all that. That's kind of weird. Now that you say that,
Yeah, it was really,
Yeah.
really weird.
it could have went bad. A lot of stuff.
100%.
Absolutely, dude. Like, because even though like we had nothing to do with anything, like that could have gone bad for everybody.
Yeah. I do want to touch back with something that you said. So, like, as far as how, like, your parents kind of, like, brought you up as a kid, right, with it, and so you weren't really unfazed in situations. I had something very similar, except for my parents allowed my older brothers to kind of do the same thing. So, everything that I've ever done, whether it's drinking, smoking, or doing whatever, right,
Yeah.
it's always been with my older brothers. So, whenever I got into a situation by myself, I was just like you, where, like, okay, this is not something that, like, I'm gonna panic about or nothing like
Yeah.
that. I was able to either remove myself from the situation or be cautious about it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think that happens anymore.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't think that people can handle those stressful situations.
Probably not. Yeah, I will say, like I said, my parents, like, like I wasn't sheltered. Like I always knew what the expectations of me were, and I was very aware of what the outside world was.
Right.
And like, and again, them just raising me with like they always like I guess like my parents raised me with like a lot of like mutual respect. Like and with that being said, like when we would be in these bunk ass situations like we just talked about, like I wasn't acting bad because like to me like I just like, I wasn't there was no big culture.
You guys are good kids.
Yeah, I was very aware like that. Okay, like this type of shit exists. It's not really appealing for me, and because of like the mutual like the way my parents raised me and the kind of respect, the mutual respect we always had, I would never engage in anything like that because like I would never want to disappoint my dad.
But you were also aware
You know what
of
I
the
mean? Like-
situation
like-
you were in, though, and understood that how you had to
Yeah.
be.
And
So I
honestly,
can
there was-
guarantee you that
yeah.
in that
Things could have been
situation-
totally different.
Oh, 100%.
So even though you're being a good kid, you're probably way more aware, way more on your heels, right? So like as soon as you see things kind of going
yeah.
on like that, right? You're like, okay, I got to be paying attention to everything.
100%. Like yeah, like and like but yeah, like there was no law that I could have broken or even in that situation. Like,
You guys never. I mean,
like there's no trouble I could have been in that would have been as big a deal.
Drink then.
Not really, no.
I
Like,
didn't drink.
No, like there was nothing that could have been a big a deal for me as just disappointing my dad. So like
Right.
that was enough for me to be like, we don't need to be involved in this.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
Like so, like yeah, like that was just kind of the way I was raised. So like I guess kudos to him. Good job.
Yeah.
You know what I
When we
mean?
kicked
Hey,
Dwight
hey,
out.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah.
We
there you go.
kicked Dwight out. That was the house was a lot different.
I was gone at that point.
You were gone,
Yeah.
then, but the house was
Yeah.
totally different. Like it was just me, my dad, my girls, and we had my boy Jay Z living there, and then I think he got married then and he left. And then the house, the guy that owned the house lost. We were told that Dwight owned the house, but Dwight never owned it. He was renting it, never paying the guy, and the guy lost the house, so we had to move out of it.
It's so crazy to me the difference between obviously there's big age gaps, right? And it's like it's so crazy to me. It's like somebody that was never experienced any of that, right? Or like anything even remotely close. Just to kind of hear how you guys talk about it and like it's I don't know if it's
And it would be
amazing
diff-
or if it's just like wow.
So
it's like-
it's perspective, right?
Whole different-
Because we could even have like a fourth guy here who's got a very different mindset from
Yeah.
us that would be hearing these stories and be like, yo, that's great. That's
Yeah.
fucking fun. Like so yeah, like it's all perspective. Like so like I guess it's just a lot about like your own personal morals and the way you're raised and like the type of
Right.
person like the type of like the person that you are.
Yeah.
Because like again, like the story me and Mike are telling it from the perspective of that was absolutely fun.
And we did leave out some things.
Of
We
course.
did. But
We
like,
have to.
But yeah, like that story was absolutely fucking atrocious. I would consider that like that was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I can imagine.
Like
But you
and-
know what though, Tim? In all honesty, now you think about this, because you're younger than even him.
That's what I'm saying.
The
That's
thing
what
is
I'm
that
saying. So it's
every-
like my lifestyle, like I couldn't even like my craziest story isn't even at the halfway point. right?
I'm glad that I went through and we all went through exactly the same. I wouldn't change anything because I'll tell you, I think that plays a big fact on your life, and
Oh,
you're
of
like,
course it
holy
does.
fuck, dude! Like we did all that crazy shit, or we were around that crazy shit.
Yeah. Because again, like even like for us, like that was nothing we were seeking. I told you, we were figuring out what we were gonna eat, and then my plan for the rest of the night was I'm about to play 2K, and then
You are right.
that's it. Like, and then all this wild shit unfurled, and like yeah, like it was.
Which was orchestrated by Paul and Dwight.
Right. But you know, like those situations, like that also really solidifies a friendship or like some sort of companionship there. So since you both two were in that situation together and you guys were both aligned with kind of like how you wanted to play it, like this is not our part, right? We don't want nothing to do with
Yeah.
this. So that going forward, right? That kind of solidifies that okay, you guys are both aligned. with
I
how
think
you
when we
want
were talking downstairs on my couch, I was like, I think me, you, and Mike were like, we're not getting involved in this.
Right.
We're not doing anything.
But it takes those types of situations though sometimes because there's got to be fuck, dude. Every one of my best friends, I've been into a situation that got weird, right? And like those are why my core friends are my core friends, is because we've always moved in the same direction, right? You know, do you really honestly think that like say one of you two chose a different direction that event, right?
Yeah.
Say one indulged and one didn't. Do you think you guys would still have the same connection as you do now?
I think we definitely think different about each other.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there would have been a separation.
That's
there.
funny he says that.
Like
Because
there would have been a
that's something
separation there.
Yeah.
Right. Because like one of them is like uncomfortable or like, hey, this isn't right. I don't want no part of this.
Yeah.
And then like you're supposed to be, we're here together. Well, now you're doing this.
I'm gonna say this, but I'm not gonna say certain things about it. But you got 4 guys jamming in a band, and it seems like everybody's evolved in different ways, but it seems like people take different paths,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird to look back that way because if they seen all the stuff that we talked about and they choose a different path, it's kind of odd that would even take place. But I don't know, I don't know. It's weird how life. That's God. I'm
Isn't that crazy?
I'm honestly kind of
I've
crazy.
noticed
right
that,
now.
man.
No,
I
that
spend
is
a lot of
true.
time thinking about that shit.
Yeah, I think about that. Like, yeah. Like,
You know what I'm talking about.
I do, but like, yeah, like I would say, like I would say, well, if either Mike or I would have made different choices that night, the likelihood of us being in the same room tonight would have been very fucking slim.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like I've spent a lot of time thinking about this just over the course of like, especially since I've had my core friends. It's like until you get into a situation like that, you really don't know who you're really associated with yet.
And
Because
Barry-
those situations really mold. Kind
Barry
of
was
Barry-
gullible.
Barry was trying to get his ass to work, is what Barry was trying to do. Because Barry worked that night. Barry was trying to get to work.
He was thrown into that.
He was, yeah. I think Barry was pressured in a way that wasn't fair to him.
And he was young.
Yeah, but yeah, Barry was just trying to get to work. But like, yeah, I think like I said, me, Mike, and the other guy, like we were both down. Like I said, the 3 of us were like, "What the fuck is this?" And I remember like a big majority of that night I spent with the other Mike. We were outside while all that nonsense was going on. We were outside. Throwing snowballs at trees so you could hit the most times in a row so this shit would dissipate,
Right.
so I could go to bed.
Yeah, because the night wasn't ending. It just went on
Forever, dude.
It just went up to like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had to go to work the next day.
I was just waiting for this shit to dissipate so I could go to sleep.
When I went in there and got into
Yeah.
Dwight's back, it was literally midnight. 11, 12 o'clock at night. It had to be. It was close to, I remember the thing never stopped. And I think those girls stayed the night, dude.
I don't know.
I don't remember, dude.
I don't think like because like some of it is a little bit hazy because it was so long ago.
Exactly.
I think me and if I remember correctly, I think me and the other Mike left. I think we went and stayed at his house.
Did you?
I think so because I don't remember. I don't some of this like later on in my stuff.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I think we split.
You might have.
Yeah, because like I don't remember
I
some.
probably
of
went in my room and shut the door.
Yeah, like I don't remember
That
some of
both
that.
of
Yeah,
it.
like so we had to have left because I know we were outside throwing snowballs and we probably fucking bounced.
Well, fucking A. Memories from washed up locals. Huh? Memories from washed up locals or
Dude,
whatever
that's
the title
crazy.
was. Something along those lines.
Yeah, none of it had anything to do with
Crazy
music.
fucking story, man. Crazy story. Please come on again. Please.
Not if
I
we're
love
talking
this
about
shit.
this bullshit.
Well, no, we
No,
really
we
didn't
don't
have,
talk
like,
about
we
this,
don't
yeah.
usually plan anything, but, like, I mean, sometimes we do, but, like, I don't know. I've been kind of in a fog about planning ideas, but, I know that we were talking about certain things about jamming. I mean, I've been jamming, but we were going to jam before, but that just didn't work out. And, I don't know, maybe something will transpire, now.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Alright, anything else?
No.
No, I'm in a bad mood now.
What?